So this next young lady, I was actually following the illustrator of her book. I was following, his name is Tyrus Gaucher, and I was like, when is the book coming out? And then he tagged the author on this book, who is Elise Washington. If you're not following her, she is called, I want to say, the Wonder Woman teacher. Excellent teacher. I want to say she teaches kindergarten students. So she just released her first picture book, and it's called Tika Speaks. So Tika was born with some developmental delays. As a result, she had to learn how to speak. She had to get speech therapy. And there was some neat things in this book that I didn't even realize that you can do to help someone with their speech. One of the things is using a straw. And she even puts a milkshake recipe in the book. And in her kit, when you order a book from her, it includes a straw and the recipe to the actual book. Then in the end, she talks about chewing gum, how it strengthens the muscles. And in order for you to speak well, and I hope I'm articulating this correctly, then she has a parent resource guide in the back. Basically, she lets you know from the beginning, special education resource guide. Y'all, this thing is so good, but it basically shows how Tika, even though she struggled with some things in the beginning because she had an IEP, individual education plan, and she had the resources and she had speech therapy, and her mom was an advocate for her. As a result, she grew stronger and she got better, and she was able to grow and strengthen. And at one point she says, "You are amazing." I want to show you some of the graphics. I think that's the part that drew me towards the book. Here you have mom on the phone. She's talking about, y'all got to do right with my daughter. Y'all got to make sure she has the needs that things that she needs. And that's one thing I love about this book, is because it exposes a lie. It's a little misconception, and not even a little. It is known that African-American kids are given an IEP quicker than anything, okay? Nevertheless, some parents are afraid for their children to get IEP when their child needs an IEP. I'll admit my child had an IEP because he had to get speech therapy. He was like 3 or 4 in the child development program, and then he tested out of it. At one point, we thought he needed IEP for first grade, and they realized he was too high, and over time and with mediation and help, things got better. But what I love about this is it tears down the stigma that there are some people that they didn't need an IEP, okay? They were just their way of putting kids in a special class and taking them out the regular ed class. There are some people that legit need an IEP, and that's why you need to basically solicit professional advice. Make sure you talk to your teachers. Make sure you get feedback from people. There's a community of people out there who are willing to help you and get through this. And some kids stay with an IEP. There's some kids that grow out of an IEP, as in because they've grown so much intellectually, they don't need it. I'm thinking about one student in particular that I taught. I was going to the 9th grade, and I hope he knows who I'm talking about. But I remember he started out with an IEP, him and one other student. And as time went on, they were strong. They were on it. They put in the work. And you talking about a child who had an IEP that was itinerant, which means he didn't have to go to the teacher often. And then stayed on honor roll all 8th grade. Like, it was so awesome sauce to see his growth. So it can work. If your child is in a great program and getting the services that he needs, an IEP can work, and there's nothing wrong with it. So again, Tika Speaks by Elise Washington. Check it out.